I was seated. I got up at the end of service, shook hands with Reverend Devine, and went over to give Shelton a gift that the twins had sent all the diggings. And then my middle grandson, age-wise, came to me and said, "Sit down, Pop-Pop. I was told to stall you." I'm not dumb. Stalling people in church, I didn't know too much about that. So I said, well, if we're going to be stalled, you sit down with me, Jordan, and I'll sit beside you. And we sat there. And we sat there. And you wouldn't think that a mayor for 20 years, a pastor for 50 years, would be an errand boy. The errand boy, whom I love, came to me and said, "You are wanted downstairs." I mean, they probably could have found a little bit younger errand boy. But nonetheless, it's memorable. I just, first of all, there are some people, as soon as the church is over, they make it straight for the cars and they go home because they have other things to do. And so I waited up there, and Crystal, I had been crying off and on, and when I saw you, that was the end of my restraint. But I just want to tell you that Roland and Reverend Davies and all of you have, Pam, who is one of the most unselfish people I know. Pam has invited us, if Jean liked to fly, or liked it a little bit more, everywhere she's been, from Durban, South Africa, to Jamaica, Belgium, and it's just unbelievable. Benin, it's unbelievable. She's just like I be, always wanted to give and always wanted to do something, walking to the hospital back and forth. And her grandmother was very persuasive. It's the only time I substituted, and the main teacher, never came back. Johnny P., I'm going to visit my sister in New Jersey. Would you take over my class while I'm gone? And she never returned. But she was here years and years after that, but she never returned. Jean has been very supportive, very supportive. She fusses at me, and when Reverend Davies was talking about the things that she has done, I said, well, she's been mama, she's been my 4th grade teacher, she's been all of those things, and I'm deeply grateful for that. And when she was here bringing the kids to Sunday school, and I didn't remember, I did remember that Dr. White was in charge of the BTU, but I was here, and BTU for Old Site took care of all the children, and every spring we would have the youth sermon. And I remember one of the ones that did a good job that we love, unfortunately, is not with us, was Tommy Brown. And Martha loved Tommy.
I love him too.
And I just want to let you know that I am overwhelmed by this. I said, what is going on here? And I feel very humble. And I said, well, wait a minute, maybe I'm ready to die or something. I see Mike Brown wasn't charged with shooting at my wife when he was a little boy. I guess because it was a water gun that he was shooting at her. But he lived next door, and I think his grandmother said, when I started dating Jean, there's a whole lot of courting going on up here. Of course, I had to share the visit with Mrs. Norbury because she wouldn't go upstairs until Loretta Young came on. But I have so many memories. Ron and I, when I saw Crystal,
all right.
67 years, her father and I. It was rare that either one of us would go to bed without calling each other after Vincent passed. And sometimes now I even think, when I get information from Henderson, for a moment, a brief moment, I said, wait till I tell Ron. You know, you think a person 81 years old, soon to be 82, would have enough sense that you can't tell dead people anything. You can think about them, you can love them still, and you can feel their presence to some degree. But I guess I'm just dumb. But I am so happy, and I do love people. I blame my mother for that way, for teaching me to do that. She always felt, I'll share this with you, then I'll shut up. Dad had died when I was 16, and I was becoming a senior that year. And Mother and I were eating our Thanksgiving dinner. And in the middle of the dinner, I see these tears coming down Mother's cheek. And it wasn't because she was still mourning, I assumed that she was, but it was not that. I said, Mom, what's wrong with you? You know, I'm hungry, boy. You know, I'm eating. She says, there are just so many people who don't have anything to eat. That's the way she was. People came first. She was a domestic, but the day that she died, that evening, she had somebody to come by and pick up the money that she gave to the church every week. That's the way she was. She loved people, and she felt that that was what God wanted us to do. Amen. And I love you all.
We love you.
We love you.
And I appreciate the things that have been said. I thought Buster was going to talk about basketball a little bit because he's a basketball player. But I am just so grateful, Reverend Davies, Reverend Devine, wives. When I saw these chairs done like this, Pam, I thought about Mrs. Davies, another one of the most